Welcome back, everybody. Today I am doing a video that actually I'm super excited about. I'm going to be making some strawberry jam. So you can see here, this is a super simple recipe. There's only 3 ingredients. So I have strawberries here that I've already taken the liberty of cutting up and organizing into nice little jars here. Then I have 2 lemons in front of me as well. That's just simply the measurements for the type that I need, for the amount that I need, as well as a bowl here of sugar. So as I go through, I'm going to take you guys through the measurements that I have and the measurements that I need, as well as the proper steps to be able to make this properly. You can see I have a couple tools here. I have a lemon squeezer, so helpful for squeezing lemon juice. You don't have to have something like this. Some people will have something that's rather like a bowl and a grater to do the lemons. We have a lemon squeezer, which is just fine. Either one works. You don't need anything particular. This is a potato masher. I'm going to use it to mash strawberries today. Just depends on what you have and what you need. Honestly, you could probably use brute force if you wanted to, and use a spoon or a spatula. And then to scoop my my sugar, I just have a spoon, a teaspoon, for my proper measurements. I have a stainless steel pot here, which you will need for boiling the strawberries. We'll get to that in a minute. And then for the final step of the process in which the strawberry jam is cured, I have a glass jar here that I'm going to use to put all of the final mixture in order for it to sit for a minute and or sit for a couple minutes and cure. So let's get started. So here I have what is 2 quarts of strawberries that I said I've already cut up and they're already ready to go. So what you're going to do with these 2 quarts of strawberries is you're going to put them into your pan, being careful not to spill them, of course. And now this looks like a lot of strawberries, but it will melt itself down once you boil it. But the first step with these is to mash them. So you can see that I don't necessarily have them all completely mashed. That's okay. What we would do is once you boil them, they're going to come to a boil and they're all going to melt down anyways. But as long as you've mashed them so that they're not really any more solid than they should be, you should be good. So I'm going to move this over here. The next step is to add your lemons. So you can see I've added a cutting board with just a knife here. I'm going to cut your lemons in half. Okay, the way that this squeezer works, you got it this way. Now that that's done, you can see that that's resulted in some seeds that have gotten into the strawberries. That's okay, that's fine, because what you can do is take a spoon and get yourself get those out. What we're gonna do first is add the sugar, and then we will take out those lemon seeds. So for this particular measurement, you're gonna need about 3 teaspoons. I don't like it to be too sugary because the strawberries add a whole lot of sweetness anyways. So you're gonna add 3 teaspoons of sugar. Perfect. Now that that's done, I can take out my seeds. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to stir this up a little bit. What you're going to do is you're going to want to take your masher again and mash it just a little bit more so that everything gets even. Ended up with this concoction. So what you need to do from here is take your lid, place it on top, and you're going to boil this until you've boiled your strawberries. So you can see that this is the final product. You can see that there's still some strawberries in here, and that's fine, of course, because it's jam. So once you've boiled it, and you've totally finished and you have this final product here, what you're going to want to do is make sure you have a jar with a lid, obviously, that is something that you can use to be able to put the jam in. And the reason for that is that this looks very liquid. What has to happen is that it has to gel. So in order for it to gel, that's why we put the lemon in, so the acidity pulls the sugar and the strawberries together and allows it to gel. What I'm going to do is pour this in here and then put it in a sink full of cold water. And you can see how, if you don't have something like a funnel, it's helpful to have a wide jar neck so that you're not spilling too much all over your counter. What you're going to do at this point is turn it on. I usually need help at this point, so let me just call Andre. Okay, Andre. So usually, because you have to make sure that this is vacuum sealed and it's super tight, I will get Andre to help me. You'll notice though, once you do that, that it's going to be stuck, and that's because of the fact that it's vacuum sealed. You've got a hot liquid that's inside a cold jar or a room temperature jar, so it's going to seal itself and be really tight. What you then do is you just place it in a cold bucket or a cold sink that's got some cold water in it, and that's it. You're going to let it sit for about 20 minutes, enough so that it gels together so that it becomes an actual jam instead of more of a liquid like you saw there. And that's all. That's really simple. It's a really fast way to make jam. Takes about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes tops if you're doing it for the first time. But this was a really great experience for me to learn how to make my own jam with some natural ingredients, and you can do it with utensils in your kitchen. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be doing some more videos like this in terms of cooking and making things and baking stuff. So super excited for those. Stay tuned.